Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday the 26th of April. I want to use the Crystal Visions Tarot for today's reading. This is a really beautiful kind of gentle deck, very romantic. So let's see what these cards have to say about Wednesday and what the day's energy is all about. So I'm just going to shuffle these and then pick 3 cards to see what is coming up here on Wednesday. First card is the Queen of Cups. Okay, she's about nurture and care and love and healing. Then we've got the Moon, the courage to use your intuition and to continue on a journey that may seem difficult, but you know you kind of owe it to yourself to keep going because your intuition is saying this may be hard. And with the Queen of Cups next to it, but if you love yourself, you're going to push through this. You're going to continue on because the outcome, you know, is going to be good. So even if you haven't got any evidence that things are going to work out, if you feel strongly that you're on the right track, keep going, because both these cards, the Moon is at the very top. And the key here is to listen to your inner voice. The inner child knows what it wants, and it's encouraging you to keep going, to keep the faith, and that's now underlined by the 8 of Cups, which says that sometimes we have to make personal sacrifices, or we have to turn our back on things that limit us in order to realize our destiny, even if it is shrouded and hidden and seems very unclear. So again, this is really interesting today. We've got all the cards have the Moon in them. We've got 2 cards in the suit of Cups. Cups is water, and water is the element that has to do with spirituality, healing, love, and ultimately connection. It's imagination, it's creativity, and it's really the energy that comes into existence when 2 people are present, or when someone is lost in a creative process, or someone is meditating or praying. The Moon card, I would also say, is, even though it's a major arcana card, so it's the big theme of the day, but it's usually got a pond in the front with a lobster coming out of it. A path appears. All these scary things are along the way on this path. And the Moon I would associate with water as well, because the Moon in astrology rules Cancer, which is a water sign, but in the tarot it is the intuition, and it's fear, and it's faith, and it's that friction between, am I going to continue on and have faith that this is going to work out, or am I going to give in to fear and stop? So this is going to feel, at the very minimum, I think, incredibly emotional this day. I think there's a strong connection with yourself and the life you have envisioned for yourself, and whether that's going the way you planned or not. And then it's this ability to go back and to say, do you know what? I love you. I've been with you since the day you were born. I'm still right here. Both of us may have changed in a certain way, but there are also things about us which are constant and that have never, ever, ever changed. So the Queen of Cups is this loving influence which allows you to say, keep going, I support you, have faith, and if things feel frightening or difficult, what I'm giving you is, this is what makes you feel loved. It's a certainty, and as long as you hold on to that, you can kind of weather the storm and continue on and get to the other side. Okay. So let's see each card then. So the Queen of Cups could, because it's a court card, she could appear as a person in your life or as this characteristic which I described just now. So if it's a person, it's a woman who is very nurturing, very spiritually connected, and her heart is in the right place. She's trustworthy and she's not going to stab you in the back. So if you have anything that you're struggling with on this day, and you've got a friend, whether it's male, that friend is male or female, if you feel an emotional connection with that person, it's a good opportunity to share what's going on, to get things off your chest, and to allow yourself to be taken care of in a way. Simply, whether it's through a conversation or someone makes you a cup of tea, it's that feeling of someone cares about my plight, about the state of my life right now, and just to have that acknowledged and recognized is really reassuring. If it is a characteristic, which I think it is because this is such a personal journey here, it's about loving yourself and being able to love yourself, foibles and all, and even loving those parts of yourself that you think are unlovable. Because I don't know, I may be speaking for myself here, but I think most of us have difficulties loving 100% of ourselves. The Queen of Cups does not have that problem. So by going into your feelings, you'll really have compassion for yourself. If you have a spiritual practice like prayer or meditation, engage with that, because with the full moon here and all this water, you'll get a lot of energy back, or you'll get a lot of the positive energy and guidance that you're looking for. The moon card then is the big theme of the day, and it's in the center of the spread. And that's about really things not making sense and having to continue on anyway, and feeling like the entire world is against you and you're small and the world is big and frightening and scary. And at every turn there's a danger and things are just going to go belly up. So if that's the message of the moon, the question I would then ask is, why would anyone continue on? Why would anyone bother to go on if things seem that dreadful? And the great thing about the moon is our ability, all of us, to go into ourselves and to feel the love, whether it's a spiritual practice or you get it through swimming or you get it from your family, it really doesn't matter. It's that thing that sustains you when the chips are down and when things do seem scary. And having that resource allows you to continue on when everything else says this will not work. So here we've got this beautiful woman. It's a gate card in this case. We've got all the phases of the moon, and she's basically saying it doesn't matter what. And we had that yesterday as well, I think. There was something about ripening and cycles completing. Yes, it was the Bonefire Tarot, and I think it was in the Hermit card. So there's something here at the moment energetically going on that allows you to see all the different phases and incarnations of yourself, of your life, and what potentially could happen. And then because this is a doorway, she's able to come and go. She's able to walk that way or come through and decide what she's going to focus on and what she's going to manifest and what journey she's going to walk. So the theme is very different here. It's not saying that your intuition is just this resource which helps you keep going when things are tough. It's saying that intuitively you're so switched on at the moment, it's really full moon time at the moment, that you're able to look at your different options, face your fears, and then decide how you're going to tackle them, if you want to tackle them, and then ultimately what direction you want to go in. So it's much more about you having control by listening to your intuition. And then we have these two wolves kind of howling at the moon here. And wolves to me represent independence as well as being able to operate in a group. You know, the lone wolf in the snow looking for food by themselves, total resilience, but then also wolf packs, super scary, intimidating, and lethal. So it's an animal that really, well, it is a predator, isn't it? Yeah, I wouldn't, it's a formidable force. And what we're saying here is by howling at the moon, even the scary wolf is intimidated by the strength of your intuition, by anybody's intuition, because that's how valuable our intuitions are. Finally, the Eight of Cups is about walking away from things which nurture you, which you love, and following that inner calling that says there's more. So it's making sacrifices and saying, even if the future isn't guaranteed, I'm going to heed that inner calling and I'm going to walk away from all the good stuff and go on my own little journey like a lone wolf. And even though I have no guarantee that things are going to get better. It's like when you're with your partner and the relationship has died you know, you're no longer in love, but you stay together because, oh my God, what if I now leave and then I'm single again and I'm going to be all alone? And it's that ability to say, I know lovely, sounds great, right? It tells my future, but that's something I'm going to have to do, because if I don't get through this hard bit, I'm not going to get to the other good bit that's waiting for me in future on the other side of this kind of moment. So the cards are very, very much making this point that you're able to love yourself, you're able to go on your journey and discover your mission and your purpose by listening to your intuition today. You're courageous and you're being kind of guided by the universe to make changes which are going to improve your life and ultimately give you not just a sense of, I did the right thing here by listening to my intuition, so a sense of pride, but a sense of control that I've done it today, I can do it in future, and really freedom through self-love. Number-wise, we've got a court card, the Queen, which is 1. Then we've got the Moon, which is 18. So 1 and 18 is 19. And then we've got 8, which is 27. 2 and 7 is 9. And 9 in numerology is spirituality and completion. And again, it's the Hermit in the Tarot. And the Hermit already came up today once via all these different cycles. So that I'm being reminded of that you have the ability to have your own moment of clarity to remember who you are, and then to see all the different permutations of what could happen. And it allows you to pick, or to naturally, magnetically, through your intuition, be drawn to the right thing for you, and then to walk away from things which no longer serve you, and to almost be pulled towards the good thing. So it's a pretty special day in terms of what's happening internally. And it really sounds like the universe is kind of making a bit of noise here, trying to get your attention, that you have a lot more power than you really realize or give yourself credit for. So I hope that gives you an idea of what you'll be working with. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to order your reading with me. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please hit subscribe and share it online. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.